A young man named Sunny who lives in a world where a disease called the nightmare spell causes people to fall into an unnatural slumber and eventually turn into monsters. Sunny, who has no family and spends most of his time scrounging for food, finds out he is infected with the nightmare spell and surrenders himself to the police station as demanded by the third special directive. The police station is heavily guarded, and Sunny is put in restraints and a bulky chair. An old policeman explains to him what he needs to do to survive the first nightmare and become an awakened, someone who has survived the trials of the spell and came back alive. However, Sunny falls asleep during the explanation. And the story ends with him entering the dream realm and preparing for his first trial. Sunny wakes up as a slave shackled to other slaves and being led up a mountain pass in freezing temperatures. He discovers that his aspect, or special ability, is being a temple slave, which is not a useful attribute for his current situation. As he struggles to keep up with the group and avoid punishment from cruel soldiers, he overhears a conversation and learns that he may have a connection to a half-forgotten. Sunny is determined to watch two of the soldiers die. Sunny, who is part of a slave caravan that is slowly making its way up a mountain in freezing temperatures. Despite the harsh conditions and brutal treatment from soldiers, Sunny maintains good spirits due to his acceptance of his fate in the nightmare spell. He discovers his innate attribute, fated, which he realizes has led to his useless aspect as a temple slave. However, he also discovers an unexpected ability as a child of shadows, allowing him to see perfectly in darkness. The caravan stops for the night, and the slaves are given meager rations of food and water. Sunny notices a shifty slave attempting to eat poisonous berries and is warned by a kind scholar about their toxicity. As he observes the campsite, Sunny realizes it is the same location where he had a vision of slaves' bones buried under the snow. Suddenly, a thunderous noise interrupts his thoughts, and something massive falls from the sky. The group of slaves with Sunny are attacked by rocks and ice falling from the sky, causing chaos and death among them. A monstrous creature falls from the sky, attacking and killing many of the slaves. Sunny, who has the attribute of being fated, manages to evade the attack and immobilize the monster using chains. He then enlists the help of his fellow slaves to pull on the chain and tighten its grip on the monster. Eventually, Sunny is able to kill the monster using his own body weight to strangle it with the chains. He learns that he has slain a dormant beast called Mountain King's larva, which gives him a sense of accomplishment and pride. Throughout the story, the harsh conditions and brutal treatment of the slaves are portrayed in vivid detail, highlighting the cruelty of their situation. Despite this, Sunny maintains a level-headed and determined attitude, which helps him survive and ultimately emerge victorious. Sunny, who just killed a larva and is now tied to it by a chain. More larvae start rising from dead bodies, but a young soldier comes to the rescue and gives Sunny a key to his shackles before going to fight the monsters. Sunny frees himself and the other slaves before they consider their options for survival against Mountain King. They decide to stay near the bonfire and hope that the monster will be defeated or driven away by the Imperials. However, Sunny feels that they must get rid of the tyrant if they want to live, and he heads towards Mountain King despite Shifty's objections.